Model 3 ramp-up bottlenecks still exist as of today. We find out which subcontractor dropped the ball. Tesla stocks take a hit. Did our support trend line hold? All this and more in episode 4 from Deadshot Investor.
I don't even know how much I really made. I forgot, it's a lie. Fuck that, never mind what I got. Came up, that's all me for real.
In the Q3 2017 earnings call, Elon Musk explained about the bottlenecks. He said the primary production constraint really, by far, is in battery module assembly. So, a little bit of a deep dive on that. There are 4 zones to module manufacturing. It goes through 4 major production zones. Zones 3 and 4 are in good shape. Zones 1 and 2 are not. Zone 2 in particular, we had a subcontractor, a systems integration subcontractor, that unfortunately dropped the ball. Really dropped the ball. And we did not realize the degree to which the ball was dropped until quite recently. And this is a very complex manufacturing area. We had to rewrite all of the software from scratch and redo many of the mechanical and electrical elements of Zone 2 of module production. So that's a great explanation of what happened. The rest of the conference call, he played dodgeball. He did not want to identify the subcontractor. He did not want to throw them under the bus. So, what did Tesla do to solve this problem? Well, in typical Tesla fashion, Tesla went out and bought a company that actually deals with automation and software writing. And they, instead of hiring the company, which they had done in the past on a subcontractor basis, they just went and bought the whole company. So Tesla buys automation company to mitigate the production delays, and the company that they bought is called Perbix. So that's what they did to try to handle this bottleneck and deal with it. So this all happened way back on November 2nd. Bears are convinced that the bottleneck still is not fixed. Bulls are convinced that the S-curve Model 3 ramp-up is slowly happening and secretly happening. Today we found out who was right and who was wrong. So, today we learned who dropped the ball. It was a subcontractor, not just any subcontractor, it's Panasonic. That's why Elon didn't want to throw them under the bus. Panasonic is absolutely crucial to the Model 3 production ramp-up. They make all of the batteries in the Tesla Gigafactory. Panasonic, Tesla's partner for battery production at the Gigafactory, said that process automation has progressed and they now, as of today, expect the output to soon increase. So, bears were right. The bottleneck still exists as of today. This is bad news, and Tesla's stock really suffered. So let's take a look at the chart. What you can see here is our trend line did not hold. If you look here, you can see that it broke down below the trend line for a minute and then bounced back up. So, were we right saying that it was going to bounce around in between the trend line and the 200-day moving average? Not entirely. It broke through for a minute, but the bulls came rushing in, defended the trend line, and popped it back up for a close of $307. That is not fantastic. We would like to be up around 323 by the end of the week, not at the very bottom, which is like, 307, 308. So we're hoping that things are going to go up a little bit as we get towards the end of the week. Now, what that means technically speaking is that we have to draw a new trend line. Our old trend line did not hold, so we'll just leave the old one there, but we'll add a new one that's now our new trend line, which, as you can tell, has a much lower trajectory. As a matter of fact, it looks relatively parallel to the 200-day moving average now. So we expect it to bounce in between these two trend lines now. The new trend line and the 200-day moving average for the rest of the week. I actually believe that it's probably going to still bounce between the old trend line and the 200-day moving average. But it's going to be a lot of jello on the plate, moving around, a lot of treading water. I don't expect any big moves unless somebody makes another terrible announcement like happened today. But I don't really think that there's going to be a lot of movement this week. And if there is movement, I think it's going to be on Friday because of all the hype around the world's biggest battery going online in South Australia. So we'll take a look at that, see what happens with that. Either way, tune in tomorrow to see what happens. It's going to be a wild ride. So that's it for Deadshot Investor. Peace out.
Little bitch.